Hello, Lego fans. Welcome back to Brick America. So today we're going to do something a bit different. Instead of looking at the progress on the Lego table, the city layout that I'm making, because honestly I didn't make any progress this week. I haven't started buying the materials to build the table yet. The only thing I did is I bought one more of those IKEA display cabinets, and I have to build that. Maybe I'll do that tonight. It takes about 10 minutes. Anyway, I wanted to show you the other part of my Lego collection or my Lego room, and I'll call this like the Lego room, which doubles as my home office. But I wanted to show you, where right now is mainly just like the storage of a lot of unbuilt Lego sets, um, but kind of show you, what I have in here, the plans a bit for what I want to do with this office slash Lego room. So right now I have, a pretty small desk that I do my day job at, but what I want to do is expand it a bit to have, a dedicated workspace and then a dedicated Lego building area. So I kind of talk about that in the video that you'll see, and then I have some good displays that are built in that you'll see, and I'll talk a bit about my plans of what to do with that, but then also some of the other displays that I have, or sorry, not that I have, but that I want to put. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy this. This one's a bit long. I think it's going to be about 20 to 25 minutes when all is said and done. But hope you stay and watch. Go ahead and hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Share it out. If you have any comments, suggestions, go ahead and leave them down below. I hope you like the new background, the video, the picture. So I've been messing around with thumbnails, and I think it's looking pretty good. So let's try something new. But yeah, let's get to the tour. Hope you like it. Here we are at the entrance to the leg room. So let's go ahead and go inside, see what we have. All right, so here we are. This doubles as my home office, so I spend time working from here. And right now it's a bit of a mess because I have Lego boxes everywhere on these shelves. But let's kind of go around the room and see what we have. So again, here is where I, do some work. I have some boxes of some of the larger sets here that haven't been built yet. You probably saw them in the thumbnail for the video. And then the thing that's kind of cool about this room is there was some built-in shelves when we bought this place. And these are, they're not the nicest shelves, but they're pretty large and they're very deep. So the depth of these is about 2 feet, or I think it's like 22 inches deep. And then if you see the sizes, they have shelves of different heights. So you have, the bottom 2 levels are quite large. And right now, again, there's just boxes there because I don't have room for them. But the nice thing is I think the space here and here are excellent sizes to put things like the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon or the AT-AT Walker. And then I have even larger space up here. So my plan is to kind of make this shelving area behind my desk mostly filled with my Star Wars ships, the larger ships, the UCS ships. Obviously taking out all the boxes. I have right now, some storage for some of my smaller spare pieces. I'm going to have to find another place to put those because that's definitely not where they're going to end up. But then so far, just to show you, we do have some Lego already built. So I have a few sets here. We have the Saturn V rocket, which is cool. Behind that, I have the Star Wars Ghost. Phantom is missing. I think my son has that. Obi-Wan Starfighter that my son built. The globe, so this thing can, spin around. Really cool set. I built this one when we were living in France and shipped it here, and some of the pieces fell off. Maybe it's not perfectly aligned anymore, but it survived. Have some minifigures from sets my son has been opening that I'm trying not to lose. Specifically like this guy here from, I think he came in the Ghost set, so Zeb. I think this guy is like $75 secondhand, so a pretty rare minifigure. Above that, I have a couple other sets. Again, I have the UCS R2-D2, just one of the smaller AT-AT walkers with Wally, which is a really cool set in front, and then Optimus Prime. So those sets like Optimus Prime and Wally, I'm going to move them to the Lego table room and put them in that display case. So that's where they will ultimately be. And then here you can see I have some of my Marvel helmets, the Infinity Gauntlet, the Nano Gauntlet, Boba Fett box. So those ones, again, they're just right now storage, and there's a bunch of smaller sets kind of hiding behind there. Here, again, I have a bunch of road base plates that I had stocked up on that I guess my son will just play with. Below that, you can see that started doing some Mills plates. So this is what, if you're interested in what I said about Mills plates in the first video, this is what my city buildings will be built on. So you can see here they're sturdy, they don't flex. They're basically one brick and one plate high on top of a base plate. So I have to build these first, which take a lot of pieces, but then I will build on top of that the modular buildings, the roads, etc. And here's just like more boxes of pieces. So again, this space will ultimately be the main Star Wars display in the Lego room, and those boxes will go away. Over here is just kind of this is a pile of empty boxes, so sets that we've built over the last couple months. You can see Phantom and Ghost, a TV that I need to get hung on the wall. We'll talk about that in a second. And then here, a bunch of different, storage boxes from Legos that Lego that I had brought up from my parents' house where it was stored at. So, these are just boxes of smaller sets. You can see some architecture stuff in there, Ultra Agents, Lego Movie. Again, these are just sets that right now it's easy to store them in large boxes just because a lot of them can fit in there. Same goes from here. There's a lot of like Mixel sets somewhere. So those Mixels are kind of everywhere in here. Again, an empty box from a set that my son decided he wanted to build. And then you see I have some, filing boxes and some plastic totes. So let's just go ahead and look in a couple of these plastic totes to see, because most of these are filled with sets that I had built in the past, and I shipped them from house to house, and I will show you the method that I use for shipping them. So obviously they're inside a big plastic tote, and then what I typically do is, ignore these ones, I have this is like a vacuum sealed bag, but some of these other ones are just larger Ziploc bags that you can fit sets in. So here we have Benny's spaceship set. Again, it's fallen apart a bit. One of the wings came off, but in general, it's intact. So I just put it inside these large Ziploc bags. And the reason for that is it can stay in there. If the pieces fall off, when it's moving again. This one has like 3 or 4 sets in it. At least I know where the pieces, what sets they go to. So that's the way that I do it. You can usually put a few of these inside one of these totes. If we dig to the bottom, so we have looks like we have this falling apart, but the top of the Ghostbusters Firehouse. So that's a really cool set, and once I get it reconstructed on the Lego table, I'll show you that. And I think we have, looks like the Palace Cinema down there is one of the first modulars that I built. So couple modulars, again, the modulars, you can take apart the levels, you can put them in plastic bags so they don't, you don't lose the pieces if they do fall apart. But, with transportation, Legos are gonna fall apart. You're gonna have to do some rebuilding, but that's part of the fun. On the bottom one, again, you can see this is most of the firehouse, Ghostbusters Firehouse here, and then probably, I think the Parisian Cafe is there. And let's just move that guy out of the way. But I do like these clear totes. They store well. Again, you can see inside of them for see what sets are inside without having to dig all the way to the bottom. This one, so this is some pieces that are from that I ordered, usually Lego minifigures. So this is, I think, my box of all my collectible minifigures. So I started collecting these, I want to say around series 9 is when I first got into it. And then I went back and on Bricklink ordered the rest. So I have, with the exception of the newest 2, I think I have all the series going back to series 1, missing a couple of the specialized one, like the German soccer team. We have a VIP Lego Classic Space hat, so I've been looking for that, but it's pretty cool. And then just some, looks like some random poly bags in here. maybe some rare ones. Let me see what we have on top. Here's a C-3PO. There's not a gold one. I have a lot of those C-3POs apparently. Yeah, so there's just poly bags, things like that inside that box. Mostly collectible minifigures. And looks like the bottom one is just filled with some other types of boxes. So let's take a look in these boxes just to see what we have. So I got this, again, another, you know, giveaway on lego.com. If you're a VIP member, spending over a certain amount in a bag. It's kind of cool. Let's move this out of the way. Put it here. So when I got into Legos, I like Star Wars. Some of the sets I had missed, so I went on Craigslist and I found some of the older Star Wars sets, and this was more than 10 years ago, I think, when I bought these. But let's see if I can open it and see what's inside there. So I went on and bought some of the older sets from, I think these things are from 2006, 2007. Here it's in the Ziploc bag, but this is the original Jabba sail barge. Let's see if I can find I just destroyed it, but don't see the Jabba figure in there, but he's there. But it's the old Jabba with not a lot of details. I mean, look at that Gamorrean guard. Look at that Boba Fett there. Those are the old ones. So I have a few of those from, I think, like 2006 Star Wars sets. That are there. So that's what's in those boxes. Again, at some point I have to find a place to store all that, but we need to build some Lego first to clean up some space. And then I have this closet here, and if you look at the size of this room, so it's a pretty big office, and the closet runs behind this wall all the way across. I think this is about 200 inches. So yeah, about 200 inches when I measured it is the length of the room. So let's go in here. Let me see if I have enough light. Okay, so if I lose light, I'm sorry, the light might go off in here, but this is my main storage closet. So here you can see how I have all of these sets. So on both sides, there's some shelving that was built in. So I have some smaller sets, and we'll go there. I'll go up close and look at what's there. Along the bottom wall is actually a perfect fit for the larger UCS or Icon set. So on that wall are all my UCS Star Wars sets, the larger ones. And then all the way across this, so again, it goes all the way from the wall, from one side, all the way down there. And let me see if I can get flashlight all the way down there. And again, these are, you know, some of the larger sets. We'll take a closer look in a second. And then here you have, again, more totes. Inside those totes are, again, smaller boxes. It's just easier to store there. And then as we go down here, I think these are all my DC or Batman type stuff on this shelving. So this shelving unit and this shelving unit should be taller, but I had to break it in half basically because there's a slanted roof here, so they wouldn't fit. And then here you have all of my modular buildings. So you have all the ones that are not built yet. So we have, you know, the bookshop, we have the police station, fire brigade there, Grand Emporium, town hall, diner, sorry, and those things. And then I have some, you know, other city type, larger city sets here. So some trains, boats, etc. I think up here I have, yeah, some other, what is this series? I'm blacking out, I'm blanking out on this, but Overwatch sets. So let's back out here a little bit. And then I have a couple of the tall shelves. So this is the height they should be. So it's like 5 different shelves tall. On this side, I have what I would say is like the pop culture set. So I have all my Harry Potter stuff. I have some Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit stuff over there. Some of them I have built, so they're in the boxes. Lone Ranger, Jurassic Park, Friends, etc. So this is where I try to keep the larger sets, you know, again, pop culture, those type of themes that don't go, you know, that are smaller than UCS or Icon sets, but still larger boxes. And then up top you have, you know, whatever I can fit up there. So this is pretty much all Harry Potter, the smaller sets. And then on the other side, I have another shelf that's the same height. And this is all Star Wars, again, non-UCS. Oh, I guess there's some UCS things here if you look. So we have like the Slave 1, we have the A-Wing, we have the Tantive 4, and I think this is what the Y-Wing UCS there on the end. So this shelf, again, are all the Star Wars sets that are like medium to large boxes, smaller than the massive ones, some smaller ones up there. And then I'm sure there's like a bunch of smaller Star Wars sets elsewhere. So let's go ahead and look back over at this side, see what we have. Because I have up at the top I have, you know, some of the Star Wars helmets. I have the probe droid, Luke's lightsaber, things like that. Then here I have all the Speed Champions that I've been buying. So I didn't buy like the first couple series of Speed Champions, but I started buying these because once I decided I wanted to do a Lego table at some point in the future, I knew I was going to need cars to go around the city. So I have pretty much bought all of these ones since then. It's quite a bit. And then just I have, you know, some of the other, again, either giveaway type sets or like one-off type sets that you'll find. So the 40th anniversary, 40 years of Lego, like trains, a bunch of stuff. Some like Wonder Woman, Black Widow stuff, the Beatles Yellow Submarine. I have a couple exosuits from the Ideas series. And then these are all the advent calendars that are advent calendars, so mainly Star Wars, but also Harry Potter and Marvel. And then, like I said, you have the UCS sets here. So here we have the Millennium Falcon, AT-AT, the Star Destroyer, Sandcrawler, Super Star Destroyer, B-Wing, Mos Eisley. Can't tell what that one is, but anyway, they go all the way to the wall. And then here you start to have some of your like superhero ones. So the Helicarrier from Marvel, the Disney Castle, the Disney Train, some of the Harry Potter Castle, Diagon Alley. What is this other big one? The Hogwarts Express, etc., etc. Batman, superheroes, and then some of the other larger sets. Home Alone house is down there. So lots of things in boxes right now. Have a lot of work to build all this, but you know, basically what you see along that wall, the Star Wars stuff, are going to be the sets that go inside the Lego room or inside this office on the shelves. And then most of these things, and then the ones, obviously the modulars that are over there, are the ones that are going to be going in the actual city. And then these other things like the Atari, then the Nintendo, the Mario brick. I have to find, you know, places to put them, but most likely, depending on the size, they'll go in that display cabinet that I've been working on. So that's you know, that's what it is. Hope you enjoyed the little short tour. I think I have more boxes in the garage, or basically like boxes of smaller sets like this, but at some point I will start building them, finding space. The other thing I wanted to talk about before I forget is, so again, I have basically my workspace just for my office, but the challenge is I don't have any like dedicated building space for Lego. So what I think I'm going to do, and I know I still need to build the Lego table, but to put pieces on the Lego table, to put things, I need a place to actually build them. So I'm thinking about getting a new desk, one that's a long desk. So either one that goes basically halfway across the room, or ideally, if space allows, I might just get one that goes all the way across. And then that way it would give me basically a dedicated workspace for my day job here. And then a dedicated space here for building and doing things like that. So that's kind of the plan. Lots of wall space. So you know, I need to figure out some display shelves to go on the walls. I think it's another good place to put, you know, Star Wars ships that are a bit smaller. Again, the large UCS ones, this is really perfect size for most of them. You know, Star Destroyer can fit there. A Super Star Destroyer can probably fit on the top. So lots of good space. Not sure what to do down here on the bottom. Maybe brick storage, I'm not sure. But then the other thing that I want to do is, you saw this box that has all the collectible minifigures. I want to get some nice displays and probably make like a collectible minifigure wall with just different frames of all the series. So that's kind of the plan, I think, for the back of this wall here. And then this side, again, maybe put some shelving to put some additional Star Wars displays or other larger sets. So again, there's a lot of space here that's available for, you know, doing some creative things, having the building area, having the display area, and then obviously storage, which I don't really want anything in this room that we're in right now to be storage. I want to keep that all in here. And as I start to build sets, obviously it will free up storage space. So that's it. That's the room as it is. I mean, at least there was some Lego shown. Here's a bunch of stuff that my son starts building, and he gets through like 1 bag or 2 bags, and then he's bored of that and he wants to do a different set. So I have plenty of those laying around, and the empty boxes. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll wrap up in a second.
All right. Well, we're back here after the tour of the Lego room. So I hope you enjoyed that, quite long tour, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of showing you, what I have, what I'm working with right now. I think, I'm in a bit of a pickle when it comes to building the Lego table. Obviously, I need to build the table so that I can start putting sets there. But, to build the sets, I need to have a work area to actually build them. So I'm not, on the dining table and the kitchen table. So that's a problem. But then in the office that you saw, in the area, the Lego room that you saw, there's boxes everywhere. So there's no space for the desk yet. So I need to like clear the boxes. But in order to clear boxes, I need to build sets to get rid of boxes. So it's this big circle that, unfortunately hasn't started rolling too fast yet. But hoping in the coming weeks, when I'm back from some trips, that we can get building, we can make some progress on the table, make some progress on the Lego room, and see what comes of it. So thanks for watching. Again, remember to like, subscribe to the channel. You can subscribe right up there. Just click the button. Go check out the previous videos on the plans for the Lego City, and I will see you next time.